Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Disneyland Show. I'm your host, Nathan, and today we're going to be talking about It's a Small World. But before we get into It's a Small World and our continuation of the Rides at Disneyland Resort series, I just want to take a couple seconds just to apologize for the inconsistency of publishing episodes. I've been busy, and I've also been trying to actually live my summer a little bit. Yeah. So that's my end. Adam, if you're listening to this, I hope you got something ready because hopefully from now on we're going to be doing weekly, bi weekly, or every week and a half, some sort of consistently to the episodes. So thanks for sticking around. But also, I would like to thank you for having our game show episode do incredibly well. In its first couple of days, I think it got like 35 listens or 35 people that actually tuned into the game show, which for a small podcast like us is actually completely unheard of. So thank you for that, and hopefully you guys are liking the game show, and we will continue to do that in the future. And announcing this here, it is no longer a YouTube exclusive. We're going to be doing the game show on as a regular series because the first episode is just done so well. So thank you. Thanks for stopping by. But let's get into talking about It's a Small World, arguably the most recognizable Disneyland ride. So some quick general information about the ride. It's located in the back of Fantasyland, closest to the entrance of Mickey's Toontown. It's a slow-moving but fast-loading boat ride. And just a little quick warning, it's a catchy song if you do choose to go on it and you haven't been on the ride before. The song is almost guaranteed to get stuck inside your head. So the plot of the ride is quite simple. You board a whimsical boat ride for a song-filled journey around the globe. That's it. You travel through different countries. You see sights that some countries would see just in a really unique art style. And in a very, very catchy song called... I don't know all the words. All I know is It's a Small World After All. I think that's what most people know. But yeah. So some history and some facts about the ride. Before this ever touched Disneyland, It's a Small World is actually an attraction at the 1964 New York World's Fair. Around 10 million people rode it over the few years it was there, and invented the rapid loading system we see today at Pirates, and arguably Splash Mountain. It opened in Disneyland on May 28, 1966. When the ride opened, Walt invited 16 kids from around the world to dedicate it. Each kid bought a small container of water from their countries and poured it into the flume, and it's still there today, which is, I think that's really cool. The ride house was originally white with a splash of gold, however was little by little repainted to have gold features. And a quick little fun fact, the large gold ornaments are real gold. Turns out you can't paint gold-colored things that look that good. Over 20 characters from Disney and Pixar films were added into the ride in style of Mary Blair, the ride's artist who also worked on Mad Tea Party and Alice in Wonderland, and you'd recognize her name if you listen to the Mad Tea Party episode. In 1997, Disneyland did their first ever holiday overlay, and it did so well that it spawned other rides to get the holiday treatment, like Haunted Mansion being turned into Nightmare Before Christmas, Space Mountain getting the Ghost Galaxy, and others. So let's talk about the ride itself. So you enter the ride and wind around the front of the large castle. You take a small ramp down into the loading docks where you load your boat and begin your adventure. The boat turns around a semicircle and enters the first welcome show scene. The song begins and you take a slight right turn and you're sailing the high seas as the pirates welcome you to the happiest cruise that ever sailed. The Loch Ness Monster appears and a group of children on a boat welcome you. Bank left underneath a welcome arch and you enter Scandinavia, seeing dolls skating and adventuring. You then enter Canada, then England, France, Germany, Italy, Switzerland, Thailand, India, Korea, China, Japan, Africa, Brazil, Mexico, islands in the Pacific, North America, and then the finale room, where all the children of the world gather and sing together. I left a lot out because it's a really transportive experience, and you have to see it for yourself. Actually, the art style is incredible. So that's the ride, basically. I know that was incredibly quick and much quicker than I probably anticipated. But that's the ride for you. So my thoughts on the ride. It is a very, very enjoyable ride. It's slow, but whimsical. I mean, this thing I think is about 15 minutes or around that area, I believe. It's over 10 minutes. That's a given. It's quite slow, but very, very happy. The song gets really old after a while, but this is a Disney classic, and everyone should go on it at least once. And this ride does feature Fast Pass, so that's also something to consider. I personally wouldn't Fast Pass it, but on my rating scale, or on our rating scale, I'm going to give It's a Small World a standby or a Fast Pass. This is definitely one where you have to be in the mood to go, because if you're in a very cranky mood, I think you'll get old of this it'll get old very, very quick. But if you're in a more adventurous mood and you're with a bunch of small children, you'll get a kick out of this one. This is a very transportive ride. It's a ride that everybody should at least go on once. And yeah, and just appreciate what it has to offer, because it really is a Disney classic. Sure, people might say it's their least favorite ride, but let's be real here. It's just because of the song. They don't take into account the art style. They don't take into account the transportive nature of the ride. It's a beautiful ride. It's a beautiful ride. So yeah, let us know what you guys think of It's a Small World by emailing us to tdspodcast1@gmail.com, or you can send us any Disneyland related questions. Make sure to check us out on Instagram, the Disneyland Show Podcast, all one word. And yeah, so thanks for sticking around. More episodes will definitely be on the way. One thing's for sure, I'm going to be spending the rest of my summer researching Disneyland. So then I'm ready and set. So then whenever we put out a new episode, boom, it's there. So yeah, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you in the next Disneyland Show episode. Until next time, so long.